Imagine telling your travel podcast girlfriend that. Right. And I was like, that's so rude. You didn't even look him in the eye, because it was like a younger kid. I was like, you didn't even look at him when you just shoved him. And this was like a big dude who shoved him too. And the wife was just looking at me like, your husband's disgusting. Get it? I didn't say this. But like, get a new fucking husband.
Yeah. We just were messing with each other all night and making jokes. Mm-hmm. And this is like partially my fault, but one of the jokes that I would make to him would be like, you're coming home with me. Because we were in the same hostel room. So it was like kind of like cheeky, flirty, but also just like a joke from my perspective.
It's literal.
If I was on the bottom bunk, do you know what I would have awoken to?
I mean... But that guy who came up to the bed and was talking to me, and you were on the bottom bunk and you turn over. It was just his last one. And possibly the most controversial one, especially coming from the Gua podcast and where we got our roots. Woo.
Save that for last.
Crazy. That's what I was just about to say. That one is going last. Today's episode is going to be a spicy one. I'm excited.
Yeah, and we already kind of hinted on it.
We did.
Should we Dora the Explorer, let them guess, or give 3 options?
Ooh. Hey, welcome back to the Guess Where I Am podcast.
And who we're with. No, I knew I was saying it wrong. I knew it. I had forgotten again.
Honestly, I think I was expecting you to say that too. Like I was waiting for you to say we're with.
I knew it. I
knew it was coming as well.
Oh my god. Okay. Restart. I don't see anyone arguing with us.
No. That's so true.
Innocent until proven guilty, so.
Yep. Whatever. That's what they say. Hey, welcome back to the Guess Where I Am podcast.
And who I'm with.
I'm Koke.
I'm Louise.
And we're with each other.
We're back. Season 3.
Season 3, another duo episode. It's been a long time.
Finally.
We're back though.
It's been way too long.
Anyways.
Yeah, we might as well catch each other up. Do you have any exciting new news in your life other than the cutest little boy?
I have another foster baby. If you're watching, you can see him. He's funny. I don't know what he's doing with his arms right now.
He's so squishy.
He's so squishy. He smells like Fritos. He
looked like he's giving old man energy, even though he's a puppy. I feel like I can tell he's an old soul. Oh.
He is. I've honestly, besides my dog back in New York, who I got when I was in middle school, I don't think I've ever been this obsessed with a pet. I love him so much. Joe and I were fostering somebody, we were fostering 2 dogs, 2 baby puppies, though, like 2 months old, right before we got him. And we liked them, but once we got him, we were like, this is gonna be tough.
Yeah.
This is gonna be tough. We knew from the second we met him.
Aww.
So his shelter given name is Tipper, but we have actually been calling him Rufus. Yes, from Gossip Girl.
Oh, what? Why?
Joe and I have had this ongoing joke that anytime we have to go to the bathroom, you say GPG. Go piss girl.
Oh, right. Yes. Of course.
And that meme originally started from some variation of like a Gossip Girl cover, rearrange the letters. I don't even know where it started from. And then we were on a plane coming back from Africa, going to London, and Gossip Girl was on one of the in-flight TV selections. And he clicked on it. We were trying to look for a TV show to watch together, and I was so shocked that he clicked on it. I was like, no way. You want to watch Gossip Girl? So obviously, I watched it with him. After the first episode finishes, he's hooked. Episode 2, episode 3. That was all that there was in the flight. But since we've gotten home, we're on season 3 now.
Wow.
We are
That's
obsessed.
iconic.
And I love that he loves it. He's so invested.
Yeah. Oh, Gossip Girl was the first show I ever watched on streaming.
Was it?
Like I had just gotten a Netflix account for the first time, and I was like, ooh, Gossip Girl. I loved it. I was
Wait.
probably really young. I feel like I was in 8th grade or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like that's when streaming platforms came around.
Whatever
and really
year that,
became a big thing.
2014 maybe? 2015?
14.
14.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I
Sounds about right.
loved Gossip Girl back then.
So good. Yeah, I have like an unhealthy obsession with Rufus.
Oh, I see. I haven't seen it since, and so I can't remember what my, like, hot takes, wink, wink. Anyway, we're a travel podcast. We're talking about Gossip Girl.
Yeah. Yes. The only reason is because we're calling him Rufus.
Aw, Rufus. He does look like a Rufus, though. He gives old man energy. What can I say?
He does. So yeah, that's the only update, really. Nothing too crazy. Yeah, what about you?
Well, my new job, I'm working the Olympics. That's the
There we
best I can
go.
do. That's the best I can do.
Oh, refresh one more time.
And we should get into today's episode.
Today's episode is going to be a spicy one. I'm excited
Yeah, and we
for
already
it.
kind of hinted on it.
We did.
Should we Dora the Explorer, let them guess, or give 3 options?
Ooh.
What do you think today's episode is about? Don't read the title, because I'm sure it's in the title and the description.
Don't read it.
Is it about consuming media while traveling and connecting to Wi-Fi? Is it travel hot takes? Or are we talking about animals?
Comment down below.
Which one do you think it is?
Those are 3 really great topics. So regardless of which one it actually is, the other 2,
Yeah.
I can see a point for them
We'll get there
in
eventually.
season 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mentioned it in my layover. If anyone's listened, this podcast was made for oversharing. We'll talk about any topic at this point.
Genuinely.
Anyway, so back to Dora the Explorer.
We gave you plenty of time to comment.
Yeah, exactly. This episode is about hot takes. Travel hot takes.
The captain has turned on the fasten seatbelt
Okay.
sign.
Yeah.
We got some spicy ones and some not spicy ones, but we're ready to give you all of our travel hot takes. I even did some field research and asked other people their travel hot takes. So it's not just our opinions.
I stared into the void and I let the void communicate with me what a travel hot take is. So mine are moderately spicy.
Okay.
I feel like the Virgo in me came out, where mine are very practical. I'm like, well, this makes sense to me.
Yeah. Some of them are definitely pretty practical.
We should just get into it. Yeah.
Let's do it. Yeah, you go first.
Okay, so I'm going to say one that I think you'll really resonate with.
Mm-hmm.
And that I think physical books are overrated. And you should only travel with a Kindle. Why the hell?
Yep.
Why the hell
hell?
you carrying a giant freaking book? Taking up your purse space, taking up your bag space. What happens when you finished with it? That's literally you're carrying around like nothing. You're just carrying around a bunch of nothing. Get rid of that. Get yourself a Kindle, non-spons. And then all your books are like this thin and you have room to buy trinkets and clothes instead of filling your space up with books. And yeah.
Throwback to me traveling when we moved to Australia. Well, when we went the second time around, and I think I had like 5 books in my suitcase. I had a lot. So Courtney really resonates with this hot take. However, past me was not on the Kindle bandwagon.
No, I remember trying to like shake you and be like, snap out of it. These books don't have a hold on you. You don't need them physically. You were buying series. You were going through the whole
I was.
murders,
Good Girls Guide to Murder.
Yeah, Girls Good Guide to Murder. Good Guide Girls Murder. You were going through all of that.
Yes, I was.
And you bought every single book, which is nice, the trophy aspect of a book. But we're not talking about, like, where are you going to put your trophies when you're traveling?
No.
You don't have a mantle. No. You don't have a bookshelf. Mm-mm. So drop the book, pick up a Kindle, or one of the other, there's different, you don't have to support Amazon. There's other versions.
No. Yeah. I recently signed up for my local library, and I get free Kindle books through them.
Exactly. It's even more affordable. You can spend your money on drinks and cute dinners with whoever you're traveling with.
Yep.
Like, okay, is it that hot of a take, or am I just like, wake up, guys? I feel like it's not that hot. I'm just right. Continue on.
I think we're just like shaking.
Yeah, exactly. Wake up.
Being like,
wake up. That's gonna be us this entire episode. Yeah. We'll be like, guys, wake up. We're right. You're wrong.
We're right. That's exactly what I was gonna say. We're right. You're wrong.
Okay, yeah, your turn.
It is what it is. Okay. This one, I think, could be a hot take. Or no, it definitely is a hot take, actually. I feel a little bad saying this, but I actually don't at the same time. But all hostels should separate the 18-year-olds from everybody else.
Oh, I love that one, and I so agree.
Get the hell out of here. You are too freshly legal to be around all of these grown people. Get. Especially when I think about how I was at 18 and I thought I knew everything. I thought I was so mature. I thought I was so above my years. And now take you out of your own home and into a place with hundreds of strangers in a foreign country with creepy predator men and lots of alcohol? Get out. Also, sometimes you're just annoying.
The only good thing about the 18-year-olds is that they tend to band together. So there is some separation. But the issue is if your room is entirely 18-year-olds, they band together and suddenly you're the odd one out. Yeah. I have to 100% agree with every single point that you made. I actually met this one 18-year-old. This was shocking. And it was in Australia. It was wherever you go before you go to Fraser Island. Is that Rainbow Beach?
Yes.
Which, oh my God, did you see the news about Fraser Island?
Yes.
Kagari Island, if we're going to use the
correct terminology.
Correct terminology, yeah. Crazy.
Oof. Yeah, we could take a moment for that because we've both been on the trip, and I just think it's crazy because that person, not to
well, for context, a girl was found murdered surrounded by dingoes on Kagari Island. They didn't release what killed her, but I will say that Kagari Island was the most I was made very well aware at how dangerous the island could be if you are not with locals or like guides. It was like you can't go swimming in the ocean there. You can't be alone because of the dingoes. You need to check under the toilet seats for spiders or snakes because you're kind of like definitely out in the woods. So if like nature got her, that's really tragic and scary, especially because we were there. And it's like I stayed with a group of people, but I heard horror stories of like someone going out alone and then like suddenly dingoes are all around them.
No, that's what I was gonna say. Thank you for explaining that story more polite than I would have, because they really drilled it into you before you even started taking the 4-wheel drives over to the ferry to then get onto the island. There was, at least for me, a whole presentation about safety and how you can never be alone and never go swimming. Always carry a dingo stick. So
we don't know what actually happened.
No, we don't.
But it just goes to show how important taking like safety and what locals say to you seriously. Like they know the land. You can't be above that.
No.
Yeah.
No. You are not above the locals.
But
in any regards.
Moving on from that sad story.
Yeah.
We'll take a moment of silence for that girl. Refresh. So I was on Rainbow Beach and I was in a room. I had accidentally booked a room with no AC, which meant there was no one in there. And at first it was really scary. Eventually this 18-year-old booked the room with me, and it was just the two of us in like a 6-bedroom. And she stayed in the room 24/7. She never left, and she was really miserable and upset. And at one point I was like, hey girl, like, do you want to come hang out? Like, what's going on? You're really sad all the time. And she went on to explain, she's 18 years old, that she had a 29-year-old boyfriend back at home who was really upset that she went to Australia and is spending a lot of time there, to the point that he started talking to his ex again because he needs that emotional support that she is not physically able to give him because she is physically in Australia. And she went on to just say like the most like sad boy, like, dude, your boyfriend sucks type shit. It was awful. And then she also was like, she had originally traveled with her best friend, and her best friend and her boots on ground. Her best friend got so overwhelmed with homesickness, she immediately went home. Like, literally didn't even leave the airport. And so she was like, my best friend ditched me. I'm feeling super homesick, but I don't want to give up, but I also really love my boyfriend, and I think he's going to leave me if I don't go home. And I was like, like, I think you should break up with your boyfriend because he sucks. You shouldn't be dating a 29-year-old at 18. That's crazy. He shouldn't be emotionally manipulating you the way he is and, like, talking to his ex-girlfriend, giant red flag. She was like, but I love him and I know he loves me. Girl, no, he doesn't. He's talking to his ex and you've been gone for, like, 1 week.
That's crazy.
And she was like, but I really, like, I want to do this for 3 months. I told myself I would. And I'm like, but if it doesn't work out, just go.
Don't force it.
Don't force it. You're miserable. You're not leaving the hostel room. You're crying every single night. You want to get back with your boyfriend. Like, why are you here? Anyways, I don't know what happened to her. She disappeared. She did disappear the next few days. Maybe she went home.
There is one exception to all the 18-year-olds I met while traveling, and that is Yanis. Oh. He worked at the same hostel as me in Cairns, and I love that kid. And I feel like our friend group truly shaped him into the best man he will ever be. I feel like we always talk about this, how he could have gone one or two ways. Being an 18-year-old freshly in another country. And he is just such a great man.
Maybe that goes to show, like, because backpacking versus staying in one place.
That's true. Yeah.
Who knows? Hot take. Moving on?
Yep. Moving on.
Oh, okay. My next hot take is I believe that top bunks are better than bottom bunks. As long as it's only one top bunk. Because in Europe, I dealt with a triple top, and I was on the very top. That one, no good. The middle one is the one I think I would prefer. I like a second tier top bunk.
I 1000% agree with you. Why do you think that, though? Because I feel like I might have a very different reason.
Oh, interesting. I like the control I have over the bunk to start with. I feel like bottom bunkers are never gonna like toss and turn and shake the top. Whereas if you're a toss and turner on the top bunk, the bottom bunk's gonna feel that. So for one, I think you get better sleep. Two, I like the privacy aspect. Even though the bottom bunk, you could do the curtain trick. On the top bunk, I like the fact that I'm like separated a little bit from strangers. It would require a ladder climb to get up to me. Unless, and actually I have an oversharing story that I'll tell you, but I might cut it out.
Okay. Hit me.
But it was when I was in Australia, and there were a ton of Australian guys staying in my hostel room, and
weird. You never really see Aussies.
They were from Noosa. This was in it was where you go for Whit Sundays, wherever that is. Airlie Beach. And so they were there for work. And before they were going home, they were like, let's just stay in a hostel one night to meet people. And so they were in my hostel room, and I went out with all of them. And me and one of the guys were like, we just were messing with each other all night and making jokes. And this is like partially my fault, but one of the jokes that I would make to him would be like, you're coming home with me, because we were in the same hostel room. So it was like kind of like cheeky, flirty, but also just like a joke from my perspective.
It's literal.
Yeah,
like
it's literal. Yeah, like you're coming home.
Going
yeah,
back
like
to the same room.
Yeah, exactly. So, but I would like make it a little flirty, and we would laugh about it. And it got to the point where he was like, oh, like, I'm going to bug you in the middle of the night. I'd be like, no, I'm going to bug you. Like, if you like to, like, we would play with each other and be like, I'm going to dump water on you in your sleep. Because, like, it's like, I know where you live type vibes. And he was like, no, I'm going to wake you up in the middle of the night. And I go, ha, 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 yeah, you're going to wake me up in the middle of the night. And thank God I was on the top bunk. Because eventually it hits, like, 2 a.m. and then I want to go home, and so I just like left and I went home, and then I think they might have gone back at 3 a.m. and he was like, Louise, and I'm like, what the fuck? And I turn over and I see his face, and he's like, I told you I was gonna wake you up in the middle of the night. And I go, ha ha, and then he's completely naked. Hands covering, but completely naked. And I was like,
why?
I was like, you smell like shit, you need to take a shower. And he was like, I told you I was gonna wake you up in the middle of the night. And I go, you smell really bad, you need to take a shower. And he goes, I told you I was gonna wake you up, haha, this is so fun. I go, you smell, I need you to get out of my face. If I was on the bottom bunk, do you know what I would have awoken to?
I mean, that does remind me about us in Sydney. I mean, he was not naked, but that guy who came up to the bed and was talking to me, and you were on the bottom bunk and you turn over. It was just genuinely, every single time I think about this, I think it's fake. Because it was so strange. Everything that happened in regards to this one person.
Oh, yeah. So we're in Sydney, day one, fresh off the flight. We're in a hostel, and it's a 4-person room. So Anna and I Koke and I are on one bunk, and there's 2 strangers on the other bunk. And we just found ourselves unlucky because we were with 2 older men, and they had their own little special quirks.
This is when I genuinely think the story takes a turn to be the part that I'm like, how did that happen? I think this was also the night after we got back from a music festival, if I remember correctly.
Yes.
So we're a little tipsy. I think
it's midnight, past midnight.
Past midnight. I want to say you were asleep. I was awake. I was on the top bunk. I was on my phone. And he comes in. Oh, also, rewind a little bit. He kept the strangest schedule. Like, when I say he was playing video games all day, he would be up until, like, 5 a.m. playing video games. Would get back and start snoring at 5 a.m. till, like, noon. the next day. Like, that's when he was asleep. So, but he gets back at a little past midnight. He walks over to the bed, Louise and I's bed, right up in my face. He sees that I'm on my phone. He goes, "Can I turn on the lights?" There are multiple light switches. So I'm thinking it's going to be one of the smaller ones, like on his side of the room, or like his little light by his bed. And I'm like, okay. All the lights go on.
Wakes me up. What?
And this man then comes back to the bed and is standing right next to the bed. So his body is just fully in Louise's face. She wakes up to this man.
Horror. Wakes up to horror. I'm like, what nightmare is this?
Standing so close to your face. And he's up at the bed trauma dumping on me.
The bottom, like, you're, like, if anyone's standing, you're at not a good height.
Yeah. Yeah. That's hilarious. Yeah, I knew we would have very different reasons, but that's so
Why do
funny.
you like the top bunk?
Well, it depends on if it's a short stay or long stay. If it's short, top bunk. If it's long, bottom bunk, for the purpose of the curtain. Because it's like it's so private when you could put the curtain up. However, on top bunk, well, no, actually, on bottom bunk, you don't know who's coming in and out of the room and how much respect or how little respect they have. And they could just sit on your bed. And personally, I'm too much of a germaphobe
Yes. Yeah.
for that. Get off. Get off my bed.
Ooh,
So on the top bunk, nobody's going to climb up to sit on your bed. They're just going to sit on the bottom bunk.
yeah.
So that's my main reason.
I actually have another gnarly bunk bed story. When I was in Arawara at surf camp in Australia, it was also an 18-year-old, and we had all gotten really drunk the night before on the beach and like stumbled into bed. And I might have told you this story, but I was sleeping in my slumber when like a sixth sense woke me up, and I was like, and I woke up at the top bunk, and I look over and I look down, and the two girls on the bottom bunk are out of their bunk and looking up. And so then I look forward at the 18-year-old across from me, and she projectiles everywhere. And afterwards she was like, "Oh, that's so weird. Like, that never happens to me." And we're all like, "Where's the trash can? Where's the trash can?" I tell them to take my like food carrier. I'm like, empty all the food out, give it to her. Because then she throws up again. There's a bathroom connected to our room, and she, for some reason, isn't getting down this fucking ladder and running to the bathroom. She finally gets up and runs to the bathroom. The two bunk girls on the bottom go to their surf session because they're like, "We're not dealing with this right now."
This is in the morning then?
Yeah. This is in the morning.
next
This is
morning?
like 8 a.m., yeah. So then I was like, you know what? I really can't deal with this. She comes out of the bathroom. I'm like, you need to like change those sheets. But I'm going back to bed because I don't need to be surfing for another 2 hours, and I'm also hungover and just saw that. I was like, I'm going to sleep and restarting my day. So I went back to sleep, and I awoke to her sheets still covered in her throw up, and she was sleeping in the bunk below. And so I wake her up after I'm ready for my surf session, and I was like, "You need to clean your sheets, you need to get rid of those." And she was like, yeah, I'm gonna do it. And I forced her to get up and leave to go and get new sheets. I come back from my surf session. The bottom bunk sheets are the same, so she didn't change those ones. She did change her top bunk, but she threw her sheets on the ground, and now the ground was covered in ants.
Great.
And I was like, and I had to pick up her sheets and throw them out of the room because like all of our stuff is on the ground, right? There was no cubbies or anything.
Yeah.
We're basically in a trailer. I went to the girl who was staying in that bunk, and I was like, yo, so the girl who was throwing up immediately after puking hadn't cleaned herself up or anything, took a nap in your bed, and she didn't change the sheets. So you might want to like talk to someone to change those.
Ooh.
Gnarly.
No. That's
a situation when neither top bunk or bottom bunk is good.
Yeah. But Joe, kind of similar, kind of not, told me a story about his first night arriving at the hostel we met at in Cairns. His first night ever there. He was on, actually, I don't know if he was on top or bottom, but it was one of the rooms where it had multiple, as most hostel rooms do. And he woke up to the sound of a guy peeing.
No.
Somebody was on the top bunk peeing down the side of the hostel grate bunk. And there was this was in the middle of the night too. There was some girl sleeping in that bottom bunk, and all of her stuff was at the end of her bed. She didn't like put it in her locker or anything. She just kicked it at the end of the bed, which is honestly kind of pretty common.
Yeah.
Just put by your feet.
Yeah.
Ooh. I just could not fathom waking up in the middle of the night to somebody peeing all over my stuff. But they had to call in the like hostel
It feels like a biohazard.
worker security.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that guy got kicked out immediately.
Oh. Top bunks are better.
Superior.
But you did bring up a good point about time-wise. If you have to do a top bunk for a week, it gets a little exhausting, but I still like it. I don't mind.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're hardly in the room anyway.
Exactly.
Moving on.
Next travel hot take. To get into hostels, I think you should take a respect test.
Oh.
I think there should be some sort of test that people take and you have to sign. It's not just like the T's and C's that hostels take. Like you need to do a multiple choice test.
Like a personality quiz.
Like a personality quiz. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Exactly.
Could you imagine on Hostel World there being a personality quiz and then it goes, here are the hostels you can fit into?
Honestly, I would love that because it would have avoided so many questionable character roommates.
If there's one thing you're going to get out of a hostel, it's a good story.
Yeah. I know it's like super impractical to implement that. However, I would do that.
Why not? Why not? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I honestly, I have nothing to add. Why not?
Like how you take a roommate test when you go to college to try and match you up with roommates.
Yeah.
It's pretty much the same thing.
Yeah.
Why not just put a little bit more effort into it? Anyway.
Straight to the point.
Next side take.
Yeah. Okay, so this is a little bit of a hot take, and I hope I'm not burning a bridge, but I'm a big fan of hostels or hotels over Airbnbs ever. Even if you're with a big group, I just don't see the point of an Airbnb. I think it's bad for the locals, and I think it doesn't make sense for me to go on vacation and have to worry about like cleaning the dishes and, well, no, cleaning the dishes, that's not a good answer. Like stripping the sheets and like making all the house cleaning rules that they have. Like if I go on vacation, I don't want to have to worry about maintaining a house. I would much prefer to just like have the hotel room, do the little door handle thing, leave a few extra bucks for the cleaning people. And then hostels, I think, are also affordable. And like if you're with a group, you can get a private room in a hostel. It's still affordable. I just think Airbnbs are really bad for the locals, especially. It's one of the things I was made aware of when I was in Lisbon, where they were like, there's more Airbnbs here than there are people who grew up and lived here. Like everyone's been forced out because of these short-term rentals. So it might not just be Airbnb in general, it's just like short-term rentals. I just think, what's the point? Like just get a hotel room. You won't have to worry about cleaning. It's probably just as expensive. You're never going to be in the room anyway. You should be out having fun and exploring. And then when it comes to hostels, great way to meet people, great way to find activities, and like you can also get a private room in a hostel. I just don't see the point.
That, when you first said it, I was like, okay, I don't really agree, but when you explained it, I can so see that.
Yeah.
I think also though, in terms of the economy and local standpoint, I 100% agree with that. But with the cleaning aspect, that should just be on Airbnb people. Like, why are you requiring us to strip the bed?
Yeah.
We're paying you.
Yeah.
The least you can do is strip the bed.
The only claim I have for an Airbnb is, I guess, or like a short-term rental, is if you have a variety of ages. Like, I don't want to force my mom to stay in a hostel because I'm like, this is better for the locals. But then it's like the hotels. Everyone gets a hotel room.
Yeah. Okay, interesting. My point, I won't defend it too much, but I love a unique stay. And Joe and I stayed in some really cool places when we were in Africa.
That, I totally get
through
that.
Airbnb.
Yeah, those treehouse Airbnbs.
My next hot take is that you don't have to go to all the super touristy places just to say you've been there. You can still have an amazing experience and not go see the Eiffel Tower.
I have to disagree. Oh, this is our...
Maybe it was just the fact that I said the Eiffel Tower.
Yeah, I had a really great experience at the Eiffel Tower.
Yes, I can. That was just the first one I thought of. I can elaborate a little bit. Joe and I in Africa, in South Africa, for example, we were volunteering with animals on a private game reserve for 2 weeks. And they were offering weekend day trips to go do different excursions. And one of them was to go to Kruger National Park. At first, I was like, oh my gosh, that'd be so cool to say I went to Kruger. I saw all these herds migrating, yada, yada, yada. And then I'm like, wait a second. No. I'm literally surrounded by animals right now, having a more hands-on, way more unique, amazing experience. I do not need to spend $200 to go to Kruger.
Oh, yeah.
That's a joke. So I didn't.
This is something that I want to get into in a different episode about, like, the ethical aspect of going to tourist destinations or, like, social media hotspots. So we can get into that on a different episode. I have to say, sometimes things are touristy because they're, like, incredible and super cool, and I don't think that you should not do that because it's like a touristy thing to do and like it's chuggy.
Yes.
You know, I would think about like Machu Picchu. Like, that's very touristy, but that's also like one of the 7 wonders. So obviously there's a little bit of a give and take, in my opinion, to your hot take, where for sure some of the ones it's like, dude, no, you don't need to pay to see that.
Yeah.
And you shouldn't have to pay to see that. Like, the Eiffel Tower is free. I didn't go
unless you
up
wanna
in
go
it.
up
Yeah,
it.
but I was like, I don't need to see.
Just
I'm going to France to see the Eiffel Tower, not to see the perspective of being in the Eiffel Tower. I don't
just,
need
like, going
that
up any
reverse. Yeah, like,
Yeah.
I'm happy seeing it like this. I don't want to see it.
Yeah.
That's an interesting one where you kind of have me and you kind of lose me.
Well, the thing is, I do contradict myself later on in my list of hot takes, because I do say some things are touristy for a reason.
Well, yeah, let's go into that one. If it's a good transition, what's that next one?
Literally just some things are touristy for a reason.
Yeah.
Point blank period.
And if you're going to touristy hotspots, Selena actually made this connection for me, and I don't know why I never thought about it before, but going to tourist destinations, as long as they don't close late at night, 10 times better than seeing it during the day, because no one's around. Everyone's asleep and you kind of have like the whole area to yourself. I went to see like the Notre Dame in France at night and no one's around. It was beautiful, like dark blue sky and the warm yellow street lights, and it was gorgeous. And I got to like actually not have to worry about crowds and everything. Like, go at night.
Yeah.
During the day you can
It's a very
do
different
something
experience.
else. I would go at night when no one's around.
I like that. That's a good hack.
Yeah.
That's a really good hack.
It's still just as beautiful too. And the warm yellow street lights. Oh, I was romanticizing the hell out of France. I want
can
to
you
go
not?
back to Paris. Okay, yeah, next hot take then. I think everyone should drive on the same side of the road. I don't really get, I don't know the history. I don't know the history. Okay, so I don't know why we switched from the right side to the left side. Because I would argue, I'm pretty sure more places drive on the right side than the left side.
I think so. I have no idea though.
But I just don't get why that happened. I think it's dangerous when the majority of us are looking this way and suddenly I have to worry that I'm going to get hit by a car. I just think like for the betterment of everyone as a whole, let's all just drive on the right side of the road.
Yeah. Right is right.
Right is right. Right is right.
I will give credit to Australia. I did really appreciate how in all their major cities, they would have signs on the sidewalks. Before you cross into the street, look both ways.
It's
just to remind you, this is kind of hinting at a future thrills and spills that I will be talking about.
Oh, yeah.
So stay tuned for that.
Mm-hmm. Some road drama, potentially.
Potential.
Okay, next hot take.
Okay, my next hot take is that slow travel is better than fast travel.
Ooh.
I rather spend a week in one city than have to spend a night in one city and then the next night in a different city and then the next night in a different city. Now, I don't know if it's just because I'm getting old or just the fact that I really love ingraining myself into the culture and learning as much as I can. You can't do that when you're going everywhere so quick. You can't learn anything. You're exhausted all the time. It's just not fun.
Yeah.
Take your time. Slow down.
There is no need to rush. And you tend to rush by things too. When you travel that fast, you end up having to compromise and miss things that you might want to see. But that might be us being old.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know. Because you also, even if you're young and you want to be fun and adventurous and spontaneous, you don't give yourself any time to be spontaneous.
Yeah.
If you have such a tight deadline, which is like what I had my first time going to Australia. I had that. I did thankfully have the flexibility to extend my trip and then do everything that all the other backpackers were telling me to add. But I should have went in with a more open.
The thrill is gone, the speed of it all.
Big time.
I have a hot take that kind of rides with that hot take, where I would rather take an overnight bus than a short flight. Personally.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, explain.
So traveling slow in general, you don't have to pay for accommodation. You can catch up on your sleep. If you plan that ahead of time, you're like, well, I'm going to be on this bus for 12 hours. And then you plan your rest of your vacation around that. The bus gives you time to reset, catch up on sleep, and then be prepared for your next destination versus taking a short flight where you might lose sleep, you're rushing around, you're kind of stressed, you might miss something, who knows. I would much rather take an overnight bus.
Interesting. I'm 50-50 on this one because I love sleep and I have this thing where I can sleep anywhere, anytime for hours on end. However, sleeping horizontally in a bed hits diff. And I kind of need that.
Yeah, I mean, there are sleeper buses where you can get a horizontal bed, but you might have a 12-hour vertical bus. But I would rather have the option to sleep for 5 hours on a bus than sleep for 1 hour uncomfortably on a plane. Like, think about having to deal with security and whatever type of TSA and all your little makeup. There's no requirements in that little 1 ounce bag on a bus or a train, but there is on the plane. We have to worry about water. There's still bathrooms on buses. Big fan of a bus or a train. I'd rather go slow than get right there right away.
Yeah. I mean, Joe and I did take a 13-hour boat.
Oh.
It was a sleeper boat in the Philippines.
That's kind of fun.
Yeah, and I slept the entire time. I mean, everybody had their own bed, and I was in a room with probably at least over 100 people.
Wow. But you woke up feeling
refreshed? And Joe and
refreshed?
I weren't even at the same bunk. And I woke up feeling great. Until we went into breakfast and realized there's nothing for us to eat but rice.
Ooh.
But that's a story for another time.
Yeah. That sounds like a layover story.
Who knows? Maybe season 3 we'll get back into that.
Okay, next.
All right. My next hot take is to be picky about who you travel with. Just because somebody says they want to travel and they know you travel a lot, do not just say yes. Just because you're going and you're like, sure, why not? If they aren't the exact right fit, don't travel with them.
Go on.
I'm very picky.
Carry on. Do you have more
So,
explanation?
yeah, I mean, especially when I was doing my field research last night, besides just asking Joe his hot takes, I was seeing other travel content creators' hot takes. And the way that some people travel, I just know I would never align with them. We had a whole episode about planning, and I need some form of plan.
Mm-hmm.
It could be loose, but there needs to be some. And when I saw that some people just book a flight and that's it, and their first night in an accommodation, that's not for me. Or at least this point in my life, I am not that big of a partier. If they're up every single night drinking and then they sleep in until noon, no thank you. I want to be up and at 'em. I want to be what am I trying to say?
Up and at 'em
Sorry.
is a phrase.
Yeah.
Yeah. You want to be up?
Yeah, no. But then there was something else I was trying to say after that. Oh, I want to be up and at 'em and season the damn day. I'm not sleeping in when I'm on vacation.
Carpe.
I'll maybe do it once in my however long of a trip.
Is that carpe
But I'm
diem? What does that mean? What does carpe diem mean?
Yeah, I think that's carpe diem.
Is that carpe diem?
Something
Something
like
that.
But yeah, do you agree or disagree?
I
I'm
agree.
very
I think
curious.
choosing who you travel with is really important, and it's the same thing with like roommate rules. Some friends are you can live with, some friends you live with them, it ruins the relationship, and that sucks. And I don't really know how you figure that out unless you're in the situation.
Yeah,
So just be mentally prepared.
Thing. It's kind of hard.
You might lose a friend.
You might have to just test it.
Yeah, start small. You know, start small. Just go
Yes.
out. Just go to a new town with a friend. See what the vibe is.
Still a weekend
Before you
getaway
book
before you go to a new country.
Thousands of dollars of going somewhere
Yes.
new. Yeah.
Because I love all my friends, but I've had some friends, say, "Oh my gosh, next time you do this, let me know. I'm gonna come."
No.
I'm not.
Well.
Maybe that's also just because I like going alone and or with Joe.
I also love traveling alone. I'm selfish when I travel. I think I've said that before on this podcast, where I don't want to worry about someone else's needs.
No.
I just want to do what I want to do.
Yeah. It's so freeing.
Yeah.
So
And
thought
that's
of
on being
jeopardizing that?
independent girlies. I don't need no friends. That's a good hot take, though.
Thank you.
My next hot take will be the cappuccio. The cappuccino. I don't know how to spell cappuccino. Someone told me in Europe that cappuccinos you can't really, I mean you can, but it's society looks down upon ordering a cappuccino after noon. And I love foam and I love cinnamon, so a cappuccino. Ragdoll dog.
Sorry.
Ragdoll. I just don't get why society has to look down upon cappuccinos post noon. I don't think that they have to be just a morning drink. I think they should be an all-day drink. And even though you can do it, I don't want to feel bad about it.
Yeah. Yeah, I did not know that was a thing until you told me when we were planning this episode that was going to be one of your hot takes. That is honestly crazy. Even though I'm not a cappuccino drinker, I much prefer a cortado.
Mm-hmm.
To tell somebody they can't drink something between or after a certain time is wild. It's not alcohol.
Oh no.
Why?
I was actually,
It's not like...
I was just about to make an alcohol joke. I was going to be like, and while we're at it, why do we have to wait till 5 o'clock? But no,
I mean, yeah. I'm more thinking of the fact of like how some stores don't let you buy alcohol before 10
on,
if
like,
you live in the south of
Sundays.
America. Yeah, on Sundays, stuff like that. But yeah, that's a wild thing.
Yeah.
So I'm fully with
Thank
you
you.
on that.
Thank you. My last hot take, which I actually don't think is like the biggest, hottest take ever, because we do talk about how sometimes when you're traveling, you make a lot of short relationships where you know someone for 48 hours and you never see them again. But my flip side is that some travel relationships can last forever. I was thinking about you and Joe. I was thinking about me and Selena and my friend Robin. There are friendships that I made that even though I knew them for a short time, we somehow really clicked. And I still talk to them and check in with them.
I love that hot take,
Yeah.
if that even is a hot take. Because it just,
I don't
it's
know if it is because
friendships. I love it. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I visited, in 2025, I actually saw a lot of my friends that I met while traveling, which was really, really great. It felt like it filled this void in my heart.
Yeah, it is shocking because, you know, sometimes when you're in it, in the moment, you don't think that you'll stay in touch with these people.
Yeah.
And some of them you don't, but some of them you also do.
I remember, though, when I was living in Cairns, these were people I was living with for months. And before people started really leaving, there was like a 2-3 months where it was just the same people. Nobody left, nobody came. So we got really, really close. Then once people started making their plans to leave, I remember being really upset that I would never see these people. Or, no, actually, it was the complete opposite. I just remember being like, it's fine, I'm going to see them again. And Joe's like, no, you're not. And he was being really cynical. And that's what made me upset. Because I was like,
He was
what do
being
you
a
mean
pessimist.
I'm never going to see them again? Obviously, I'm going to see them again. They were at my hospital bedside while I was on my deathbed. They're going to be in my life forever, no matter what you say. And they are. Those were the people that I saw last year.
Why is he being such a pessimist, glass half
Yeah,
empty?
no, he was. He was when we first met. He was very much like that. Not to out him. Okay, let's get into more of the hot takes.
Yes.
Some of these,
Yes.
I'm so curious. Okay, I'm just so curious what you're going to say. My next hot take, this one I'm very particular about. It comes with a lot of rules. But it's fine to take your shoes off on long haul flights. Only if you have socks. And only if it's actually a long haul flight. And only if you have a blanket covering your feet.
Oh. That little last bit I feel like is an asterisk.
Yeah.
Like, that's in the small font. I would say, I agree. You can take off your shoes if you're wearing socks. And only if your shoes are like slip-on sneakers.
Yeah.
Because if your foot is, really soaking up in some boot moment,
Yeah, they have to be clean socks.
you're stinky even with the sock on. Yeah.
I think it helps that I literally have a pair of socks I put on right before the plane gets on. I'm not saying I have stinky feet. I don't. They're just compression socks. And I don't wear them when I'm not on the long flight. So that's why I put them on right before the flight. So I know mine are super clean.
The blanket's funny though. It's like, I don't even want to see your toes.
Yeah. Don't want to see them.
I just see people who take off their shoes with no socks on and really dig their toes into that disgusting airplane carpet. You know that never gets cleaned. That's how you catch some fungus.
Yeah.
That's how you end up with like athlete's foot or a planter's wart. I don't know why we're losing hygiene. What happened?
Yeah.
Common decency and hygiene, bring it back. 2026.
Please. Did COVID not teach y'all anything about hygiene? Please.
I know. Come on. And respecting space, respecting other people's space.
Yeah. If you listen to my Whistler episode, you'll hear all about when I was stuck in between two grown-ass men. Disgusting.
I do remember. I would have just man-spread it.
I tried.
I would have
That's
been like,
the thing.
fine.
That's the thing. I fully tried, and I fully tried putting my elbows on both the armrests.
Yeah, take over those armrests.
That belong to the middle seat.
That does. The middle seat honestly does deserve armrest. Like, that's the least we could give
The
to
window
someone suffering in the middle
has
seat.
the window, and the aisle has the aisle.
Wall
The middle
has leg room. Deserve the armrest. Travel hot take. New travel hot take. Wow, we're talking about it. Middle seat deserves the armrest.
Yeah. I'll die on that hill too. Even though I hate the middle seat.
I'll die on that hill.
Hopefully we'll never get a middle seat ever again in my entire
I
life.
did do you remember when I did the middle seat next to you all the way to Australia?
did.
You slept
I
the
slept
whole time.
We planned to switch, and then I conked
all
out.
17 hours
After
or
I
something
took that
like
melatonin
basically.
and that glass of wine. Good night.
Yeah. But after that, the issue was that gave, no, not an issue. The good thing about that is it gave me strength unlike anything else, that now it's like I don't pay for seats. I'm like, I'll save that money for like my coffees. Because if I can do the middle seat to Australia, I can honestly do
You could
the
do
middle seat
anything.
anywhere. I can do anything. And now I just like, I save money that way.
Wait,
Fuck it.
I love it.
I'll take the middle seat for the team. You guys pick out your chairs.
Love it, love it.
Anyway,
love it.
next hot take.
My next hot take has to do with flights in a sense of I would rather have a long layover than a short layover.
Oh.
I get so stressed out running between flights. The stress starts before I even board the first flight about the second flight. Even if I have like an hour, that's way too short. That's too short. Airports these days are too big. And there is no way to get from point A to point B fast. When I walk off that plane and I see 15 minutes to walk to this, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? No. So I much rather take my sweet time lollygagging through an airport, discovering a new airport, trying new airport foods, because sometimes they're actually good. If not, I'll just go fall asleep on a couch somewhere. Not a couch, but like, the seats somewhere.
Somewhere, yeah. I'm also a big fan of if you have a layover, let me know. If I'm next to you and you need to run, tell me and I'll let you go first.
Yeah.
There's, plane etiquette of like you go and then whatever. If you got a layover, make it known. I will tell everyone around me, people in front of me, people behind me. I'll be like, guys, I've got a layover. I've got 5 minutes. And usually everyone's like, yeah, go ahead. No one's ever been like, plane etiquette, I get to get off first.
Actually,
So if
it's
that
not
happened to you?
that it was a layover. Or, oh my God, 2 stories just came to me. One of them happened on that Whistler trip. And I don't think I actually mentioned it in the Whistler episode. But I was so stressed out because the first flight was delayed to making me picking up Joe from his surgery on time that I started telling people, I'm like, I'm so sorry. Like, I'm really stressed out right now. I have to go pick somebody up from the hospital. Can I please get out and go? People in my row said, fine, whatever. However, they didn't step behind. They stepped in front. They just like got up out of their seats and like still got in line to go off the flight. And I was like, okay, weird, whatever. But then it turned into the people in front of us pushed the guy that was in front of me in my row back. And I literally go, do not let him push you like that. My New York popped out. I snapped
filter gone.
at this old man.
Filter gone.
I said, that was so rude. I said, I have to go pick somebody up from the hospital right now. It was a wisdom teeth surgery. It was not that deep. But I was making it such a big deal because I still had to then drive an hour to go pick him up. And I was like, that's so rude. You didn't even look him in the eye because it was like a younger kid. I was like, you didn't even look at him when you just shoved him. And this was like a big dude who shoved him too. And the wife was just looking at me like, I'm like, your husband's disgusting. Get it? I didn't say this. But like, get a new fucking husband.
Yeah.
It was so, he pushed his
kinda
kid
love this
out the way.
I'm a big fan of that.
There was this
your
other
mind.
time too. I can't remember where I was going, where I had the layover, whatnot. But the flight was delayed and a lot of people on this flight had a short layover. And I remember this, I think I was actually tearing up during this as well. Because it was so stressful, which just goes to prove my point. I hate short layovers. And the people in front of me were talking about how their flight then got canceled or they didn't make it. Their flight already boarded. They're not making it. I still had 10 minutes to make mine. And this lady in front of me, who I literally just heard say, oh, they're already boarding. I'm not going to make it. or like they already finished boarding, say, we have a layover too that we're gonna miss, so you can go in front of us. Girl, you just said, huh?
You missed your flight.
Sorry, this is getting me so worked up. But yeah,
Oh.
I was so mad.
I get, oh.
The audacity.
That is the audacity.
Crazy.
So, long layovers it
Long
is.
layovers for me, please and thank you.
Yes. I'll agree. I like a long layover. An airport is a fun experience.
You can
anyway,
make it
yeah.
one as well.
You know, there's a lot of window shopping you can do.
All right. Ooh, this next one. This can burn some bridges.
Ooh.
Italian men give me the ick. They're not suave. They're just creepy. 9 times out of 10, they're really, really, really creepy. They're not it for me.
I don't super trust an Italian man. I haven't had necessarily any creepy interactions with ones, but I do tend to hear stories about cheaters, and they always seem to be about Italian men. The only issue is my good friend here is dating an Italian, and he moved to Connecticut, and I'm like, oh, he really cares, because why the fuck are you coming from Italy to Connecticut? He refuses to swim in the ocean here because it's disgusting looking compared to Italian crystal blue ocean. And I'm like, why'd you come? He's really nice. An Italian man loves a beautiful woman.
A little bit too much, personally.
A little bit too much.
I've heard too many stories.
A little bit too much.
Too many stories.
I've also
and just
heard
witnessed
too
it.
many stories.
From living in hostels for so long, and a lot of Italian men also stayed at that hostel. No, thank you. I love Joe.
Yeah.
Forever and always. My little British man.
British boy, which is also crazy because I hear crazy things about British guys. From Selena, I don't hear anything good. Because I would be like, Selena, can you set me up? And she's like, no. I don't know anyone.
Yeah. Again, like, the good ones exist. I feel like this is probably with, like, everywhere, but sorry to stereotype Italian men, but I'm also not sorry.
Prove us wrong.
Yeah. Here's your opportunity.
Prove us wrong.
Louise is right there.
Yeah.
I'm not available.
Yeah.
She's right there.
Next.
Next hot
Thank you.
take
Next.
is when I plan to travel and I look at my finances beforehand, I plan for most of that money to go towards food and drinks. Specifically coffee, not really alcohol. I love treating myself while traveling. I much rather enjoy a really nice meal than do an activity excursion of sorts.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah.
I have to disagree, but I'm not a food motivated person.
I am such a foodie.
So,
yeah.
yeah.
I love trying coffees all over the world. I think this is super heightened now that I've gone vegan and being vegan with Joe, when we find a vegan restaurant or vegan cafe, vegan anything, it's like we just entered heaven. It is amazing and it's always so good. So, yeah.
All right. Yeah, you can have that. I'll give that to you. Do you remember when Amelia took us to the underwater restaurant?
I will never forget that meal.
God.
I talk about that at least once a month. Still to this day.
Oh my God, with the wine pairing.
The wine pairing. And the little
That's the one
tasters
time
in between. What were those called?
Yes. Yeah.
We're not rich enough to remember.
I never thought that wine could like elevate your meal until I've had a pairing, and I don't think I want to drink wine with a meal unless it's been paired. I'm just not interested.
Okay. My next hot take is that going alone is better than not going at all.
And that shouldn't be a hot take, but it is.
Yeah.
But it shouldn't.
I mean, the explanation is in itself.
Enough said.
Yeah. Traveling outside the US is cheaper than traveling inside the US.
It's a sad truth. I feel like.
And not everywhere. Like, we're not going to Sweden. Is that where it's really expensive? Or Iceland? I don't know. Yeah, I think it's those two countries are, like, known for being really expensive.
Yeah, but you're so right, where accommodation inside of America is a lot harder to get, a lot more expensive, and the flights can be just as long, basically.
And that's a crazy concept. Yeah. My last personal hot take, because then I'll go into Joe's hot takes, is that you can recline your seat as far back as you want on the flight, as long as you put it up during meal times. They can recline for a reason. I have back problems, so, like, it's always gonna be down. I don't feel bad.
No, and I think the point about reclining a seat is you recline your seat and then the person behind you reclines their
just a
seat,
chair.
and then the person behind them reclines their seat.
Exactly.
If we all recline our seats, the space still exists.
So, those were all of our hot takes. Now, like I said, I did do some field research in the form of me asking Joe if he has any hot takes. And I did have to explain what hot takes meant before he gave me an answer. But he gave me some. And one of them,
Save that for last.
crazy. That's what I was just about to say. That one is going last. So stick around.
Yeah.
And he told me this one first, too. So I was like, damn.
I'm so excited.
All right. One hot take that Joe has told me is that you do not need a backpack to go backpacking.
Yeah. That's true. It's just going to be harder, in my opinion. Because you stairs,
Yeah.
lockers.
Yeah. I think about him dragging his suitcase through the African desert.
I think about you and your suitcases.
Hey, we don't
going
talk
to
about
Bali. When we had, oh my God, remember
when I had to leave my big suitcase at some random guy's house.
Yeah, well, it was a friend of a friend.
It was a friend of a
He was
friend.
old, and then
And he was basically a random guy to us.
basically a random guy, yeah. That was really funny.
Ooh, okay, another one that Joe has told me. Social media does not need to see every single trip you've been on.
No, I disagree. If you don't take a picture, it never happened.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, especially, imagine telling your travel podcast girlfriend that. Right.
I was actually, like, kind of joking but actually, doesn't he have a YouTube channel too? What is he talking about? That is such a hot take. That's such a hot take.
Such a hot
He's
take.
a photographer. He
is.
likes to, he wants to go to film school for documentary, and he just
He
said that.
literally does. Yeah.
That's hilarious.
He's just so anti-social media. He hasn't had social media in so long.
Yeah.
I've been trying to get him to bring it back, but he said, I'll bring it back only if I post for him. Okay.
That's so funny. That's so funny. That one's funny. That one makes me laugh. I don't take that one seriously.
No, not at all. Literally crazy.
That's so
The next one, kind of on the same realm, is that you don't need social media to stay connected with your friends that you meet abroad.
Yes. So true. So true. WhatsApp.
You don't need it. Yes, I agree with him on that. However, it makes it a lot easier.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. His last one, and possibly the most controversial one, especially coming from the Gua podcast and where we got our roots. His words, not mine. The Australian East Coast is overrated.
That's psycho. That's like at least 2 seasons of our podcast. That's at least like 70-80% of our episodes. And I still tell everyone to start on the East Coast. It's the easiest place to start. It's the easiest place. You can't go wrong. It's so well built and laid out that, like, you can't get lost.
No, you can't. And I wholeheartedly disagree with him. That is overrated. I can see a little bit of where he's coming from once you then go on to traveling other places, and that other places may have more to offer and different types of experiences and different types of people and more for a different age demographic. However, like you just said, it is the best place to start. It is the easiest first place to go backpacking and to really break into that world of traveling.
It seems like he hates the beach.
I mean, he is a ski instructor.
Yeah. It's giving, I hate the beach. I hate beautiful sunsets and tan people.
I didn't get much more out of him because honestly, I was so shocked when he said that to me.
That is so shocking.
That I didn't get him to elaborate.
It's shocking also because he was a travel agent, or
specifically for the Australian East Coast.
Yeah.
And maybe that's
like
where
he
it comes
knows,
from.
But like he also knows how many fun things that you could do.
Yeah. Again, I don't know if he
That's crazy.
then meant other countries are better, or that the West Coast is better, or that the South Coast is better. Like I maybe one day we'll get him to explain this hot take.
Look over.
I did not get the time out of him.
That's so crazy. Yeah, I have to disagree. I think Australia is really fun, easy. It's a great place
we
to
both
start.
want to move there. It's not like he hates Australia.
Yeah.
Like that is our end goal,
just
to move back
backpacking
to
the
Australia.
East Coast.
But yes, that backpacking the Australian East Coast is overrated.
Thing I could see is like maybe there's more places that are interesting to him over the East Coast, like you were saying.
Yes.
Like he's into animals. Like Africa is probably gonna be like top tier. What a hot take! That is scorching hot for us on the podcast.
Whew.
That's almost canceled on the podcast.
Yeah. Can we cancel my boyfriend?
Yeah. Just on the podcast.
Just on the pod.
Just on
Even though he's kind of a frequent guest.
He's almost
We share a lot of the same stories.
Yeah. He is he's your Amelia, which is really funny.
Yeah. Well, I think that was a great way to end this very controversial episode.
Yes. That is a great way to end. That's a shocking way to end. That's a shocking. Wow. Wow.
Yeah. Like I said, I was too stunned to ask him to elaborate.
Speak.
Literally too stunned to speak. Yeah. But I hope y'all enjoyed this episode, because I know we had a lot of fun talking about it. We didn't think this episode was going to be fully about hot takes. We only planned for this to be a segment in the episode. We had a full other topic to discuss.
Boy, do we know how to ramble on.
We love a yap. And we started off by saying this is like a FaceTime.
Yes. Yeah.
You're just our third bestie.
And if you all agree or disagree with our hot takes, comment, DM, I don't care.
Anything.
Reach out. Let us know.
We want to know.
We want to know.
Are these even hot takes?
Yeah.
Are they just
lukewarm?
Cold? Takes? I don't know.
They're shaking us. We're trying to shake them awake, and they're actually like, "Are you stupid? Wake up." Maybe.
Quite possibly.
No, I just think that we're always right and everyone else is always wrong.
Yeah.
Boo-hoo. I don't see anyone arguing with us.
No.
So unless
That's
proven
so true.
innocent until proven guilty. So
Yep.
whatever.
That's what they say.
That's what they say.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyways, roll out the outro. This camera. Tell the people what you got going on.
Thank you guys so much for listening to this episode. We really do hope you enjoyed. And don't forget to follow us on Instagram, TikTok, Pinterest, YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, wherever you listen to your podcasts. We are there. We're here for you.
As your travel advisor girlfriends.
As your travel Yep, that tongue twister.
We're going to cement that so we can put it on a t-shirt eventually.
Ooh. Love that idea. Yeah. Speaking it into existence.
Yes.
We will see you so soon. Bye.
Bye.